Hey, welcome back to my channel. I forget what my channel name is called, but it's been a while since I've done a video, and I thought I would do one today about pets. More specifically, guinea pigs. So if you are owner of a guinea pig who's new at guinea pigs, well, I will be the first one to tell you, if not so. Um, the things you need to know about guinea pigs when when they're bonded together. So let's get started. The first thing you need to know before even considering bondage is the sex of your guinea pig. Sex plays a very important role in owning guinea pigs and in pairing. It is vital for you to know the sex or gender of your guinea pig. Um, there's easy signs that you could tell if your guinea pig is a male or female. So before or without further ado, or going into my main topic, let me just first remind you or even tell you the most important thing, the signs that you can know if your guinea pig is male and female. So sexing. Let's get right into it, shall we? I own two female guinea pigs, and without further ado, let me tell you about them. Okay, so, female guinea pigs form a Y shape at their genital area, which is their underparts of their body. So you go down near their butt, and below their butt is their genital area. You want to hold your guinea pig firmly, but not hard, but just firm. And you want to use your opposite hand, usually your non-dominant hand, and you want to then spread with your index and your middle finger their under part to see if their genitals form the Y. That is a sign that you can tell. Also, female guinea pigs tend to be much smaller in size compared to male guinea pigs. Because male guinea pigs, on the other side, they form a I shape. They start with their butt, their gland, their sweat gland, or scent gland, which is a Y, and then they have their private parts, which usually you can easily spot them by their little sacks or balls, whatever you want to call it, or nuts, whatever. And usually right above that is their wee wee. If you see it, but you're not really sure, you want to then open that. You want to spread your fingers around that until it appears. Usually it is covered and it is like, you just can't see it. It's just like, it's hidden. So the way that you can get it to come out is by spraying it and firmly pressing on the outside area of that part, the private part. It's just like a wee wee. And it will come out. If it does not come out, however, then luckily you have a female and you don't really have balls, because while they're younger or in their younger age, it's harder to tell or hard to spot other balls. So that's how you can tell if you have male or female guinea pigs. Now let's move on to the main topic or story that I wanted to tell you about. So if you have two females, then good job. You are now able to place them together and to bond. But before we go into that, now I have to first tell you that there's some things you have to do. So, guinea pigs are herd animals, but they also have a dominant and aggressive side. So, if you don't introduce them properly without a quarantine or a neutral side, neutral ground, then they'll get into fights most likely. So, and even after that. So, you want to do that. So, a quarantine is when you have one of them in an open cage and you have the other one in a closed cage so they can see each other and still interact without actually being with each other. So, and this allows them to still smell each other without actually touching each other fully. You want to do this at least 2 to 3 times, and some say to then have a wait period, a rest period, where you take at least 2 to 3 days break. But sometimes that isn't necessary. Usually it just takes a full day. And then you want to start again. The next one is you want to do a neutral ground zone. What this is you make a playpen, or with your bought playpen, you want to then usually it's you build this playpen with grids, and you could buy those on Walmart.com or by Amazon or Etsy. And you make it so it's like a basically a 3x5, which I have. Or is it a 3x4? I think it's a 3x4 actually. You make a 3x4 and you split it with hay. This is good for when then you place them. No, for me, I didn't place them all at once because I don't have a second hand and I can't grab both because they will just run away from me. So when you do have a partner, someone with you, your mate, your soulmate, or whatever, your loved one, when your parent or someone, your peer or somebody, your friend or neighbor, you can then ask them to take one as you take the other, and you want to place one at one side and the other at the other side. This way, it's a new area for both of them, and they have a equal amount of hay for them to choose from without being them picky. And the most likely will not get into fight because they'll mostly be searching the ground, searching their area, checking the place out, and eating hay. The next option that you should do is a clean cage. This requires you to fully clean out an old cage from a guinea pig. One of the guinea pigs. Usually it requires a cage that's bigger than a 2x3 or even a 2x3.5. Like one of those store cages. You want to have a CNC, which is a homemade cage. And you want to take it and you want to clean out. You want to thoroughly clean, or at least almost everything, or thoroughly clean out it. So the food bowls, the water bottles, and the cage, which is the hay and the bedding, and even the homes. So you just want to lightly spray a cleaning product on there so the chemicals doesn't stay inside it, and it also washes off. Otherwise, if you spray too much, if you saturate it too well, it will end up causing a immunity problem or even a digestive problem, which could then lead to severe problems. So you don't want that. So once you got done cleaning everything, you place fresh stuff or fresh new blankets and pads and whatever you use for your bedding or ground. So this way, when you place both of them down in the new cage, they will most likely uh, uh, look around and sight the whole thing. And this again helps to then not be territorial because everything's new. So it's not like one has one thing and the other one doesn't. Everything's new. So they'll most likely share each other. Although even with this, they're likely to still have normal fights and go into all these noises and such, which now brings us to my main topic for today. So after going through all this stuff, you should know now, before I then go to my main topic, you should know now how to sex your guinea pig properly and to get them to bond, how to properly introduce them to one another. Now time for our main topic. Since you know all this stuff, now it's time for bonding. So when they're bonded or put together, you're likely to notice all these things. You'll likely notice some behaviors, some warning signs, and signs for you to then separate. So let's now go to the behaviors, known behaviors of guinea pigs, both male and female type. So the most common behavior you will see in guinea pigs are four to five signs, 4 or 5 known behaviors. So the first one is chin raises. Chin raises is a competition between two guinea pigs who is most likely to compete to see who will be the dominant one. This is normal. They will do it a lot. So don't be afraid to feel like you gotta separate them because